Hey, good morning, everyone. Mark, your motivation dealer, back with you on a Monday morning. Happy Monday, everyone. And today is the 3rd of July. Tomorrow, if you're in the U.S., you've got the day off for Independence Day. So, quick just shout out for, and I do these videos on my way to work, so there is no work tomorrow. I know many of you are probably home today, but I am a working guy, and we go in on Monday. So anyway, I just wanted to thank all of our active duty armed forces, all of the retired armed forces, anyone that's been in the military to serve our country and to protect us and our way of life. I appreciate you, and it's really important that we acknowledge those that lay their lives on the line for us to have the kind of lives that we want to have here in the U.S. and in many of the countries around the world, the free countries around the world. So today, episode 262, not talking about Independence Day, just wanted to give a shout out for that. Today we're talking about failure is inevitable. And I had two examples of that this morning that I wanted to share with people. So I'm actually on my way a little bit early to the office because one of my surgical assistants had a buddy that was having problems with his wisdom teeth over the weekend. My assistant called me up and said, would you mind trying to squeeze him in and get him done? He's hurting, and he's, we don't have to worry about insurance and pre-approval and all that stuff. So he said, yeah, let's, is there any way to get him in? So I said I would be willing to come in early and take care of it. And just found out this morning that, he couldn't make it happen for whatever reason, and this patient. And so, okay, no harm, no foul. My assistant called me and said, hey, he's not going to be able to make it in. I hope I caught you before you left. The truth of the matter is I already took off, but here's the important part of the lesson is that no harm, no foul. So I went in a little bit early. I'll take care of some Rentec business, or I'll, prepare myself for the day a little bit more than I normally do. And, those types of things are going to come up. At the end of the day, I still feel good that I tried to help someone in need. I tried to help someone who is in pain and help take care of their pain. And whether it actually happened or not, at least it's not because I didn't put forth the effort. I didn't make it happen. I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do. And no sour grapes. So what? I'll go in and I'll get myself ready. And I didn't leave all that much early, and it's not really going to affect anything in the big scheme of things. So, another example is just don't sweat the small stuff. Make the best of every situation, and try to remember, like, you need to do good for the world. You need to do good for the people on it and in it. And if things work out, great. If they don't, no harm, no foul. All right, so that's lesson number one. Lesson number two is I had this conversation with this gentleman in my leadership, and it's looking like things are not working out quite the way I had hoped. And what I realized is that, my dream was given to me by God. We've talked about this before. Rentec will be $1 billion company, and I'm going to be the one to make it happen. Now, having said that, is it going to be easy? Is God just going to hand me success on a silver platter? No. He's going to put me through the trials and tribulations that are necessary to grow you, to teach you, to, we're not just going to get what we want because we want it, right? So we've got to know that there are going to be failures along the way. And if this relationship does not work out the way I had hoped it would, then what I need to do is I need to look at the situation and go, okay, let's assess. Don't just hit a road bump. Don't just hit a bump in the road or an obstacle and not learn from it, right? So I have to say to myself, okay, I trusted this person. I have to look at my way of evaluating people. I have to look at, where did I make my mistakes? Where did I go wrong in this situation? Not, woe is me, someone stole my money, or someone, ran off, or someone did this, or someone did that. Look, you have to be responsible for your actions. It's not a matter of what he did, she did, they did, this organization, this group, this company. It doesn't matter, right? Only what matters most of all is what you do and how you act. I am always going to act with integrity. I'm always going to do the right thing. And that's what's going to push me forward. That's what's going to get me ahead. That's what's going to contribute to my success. So I have to look and evaluate the situation. I had to say to myself, okay, I'm a trusting person. Sometimes people take advantage of that. So I have to reevaluate the way that I do business. I have to reevaluate the way that I put my trust in people. And I have to say, okay, I have to be a little bit more clear. I have to be a little bit more regimented. Like, this is a business. This isn't a friendship I'm trying to create. So if this is a business, then I need to put everything in writing. I should have been much more clear with this person up front. What my expectations were. When I turned over the money for the creation of the facility, I should have put together a document that said, here's what the approved purchases of these finances are. Here's where you can spend the money without approval first, and anything over a certain amount, or anything given this situation or this circumstance, needs to be prior approved before spending the money. So, these are the lessons that I've learned. And believe me, I've taken my lumps. Believe me, I've suffered some pain as a result of this. However, I have to look forward, and I have to look at, okay, what lessons can I extract from this experience so that I don't make this mistake again, that I don't, continue to make the same errors in judgment. So we're not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I don't claim to be someone who can run $1 billion company now. These are the life lessons. These are the trials and tribulations that God is putting me through to grow me to shape me into that leader that I need to be. And so I have to critically analyze what went wrong. And you have to use those failures as an excuse or an educational experience. You have to use those failures to learn where to improve, where to get better, what to do when these sort of things happen again. And that's the way I look at it. That's the way I know that I'm going to grow myself. And it's not a matter of boohoo, and it's not a matter of, I lost money, or it's not a matter of, I trusted this person, they let me down. This is a matter of, what can you do to get better? And how can you make sure that the same thing, the same error in judgment, the same, failure, the same whatever, just because you have a failure, an event, doesn't mean you are a failure. I'm not a failure because I made an error in judgment. I'm not a failure because I failed to properly document. I'm not a failure from those things. I'm a failure if I don't learn from those mistakes, and I don't take those lessons given and become a better leader, and become a better person, and become a better CEO, and all of that. So failure is inevitable. You know that you're going to get knocked down, get back up. I could have easily said I used the last of my money and it looks like that money is gone. I could have easily said this company was not meant to be. But I know that's bullshit. I know that's bullshit. I know that I was put on this earth to make this happen. And some people are going to fall off. I've talked about the rocket before. Some people are not going to be able to achieve the altitudes that I'm going to achieve, and people are going to fall off. And I'm going to continue to learn the lessons, and I'm going to continue to improve, and I'm going to continue to get better, and I'm going to continue to get smarter, and to become more skilled, and to become a better negotiator, and become all of these things that I need to be to become the leader of $1 billion company. And this isn't about just talking the talk. This is about walking the walk. Getting knocked down and getting back up. I'm sharing with you on Facebook Live. I'm sharing with you on social media the mistakes that I'm making, the lessons that I'm learning. And I don't care if people think I'm stupid. I don't care if people think I'm gullible. I don't care if people think that this is never going to happen for me. Because I know in my heart what's been given to me from the man upstairs. And I know that this has to come to fruition. I know this was my mission. This is my destiny. So, I said to myself, when this all seemed to be falling apart, I said to myself, man, I don't understand. Like, God puts people in our lives to learn something, or to grow, or to become something more, or to, enable the vision to come to reality, to be able to manifest the dream. And then I realized, some of these people are going to be able to take us to the next level, and some of these people are going to teach us lessons. And this is one of those situations where I'm just learning lessons. And believe me, the lessons are painful. Don't get me wrong. If you're out there suffering, we all suffer in our own different ways. Some people have to deal with drug addiction. Some people have to deal with financial loss. Some people have to lose a loved one. Whatever your lot in life is, take those bad things, take those failures, take those significant life events and turn them so that they benefit you. What can you learn? How can you grow? How can you become a better person? How can you become stronger? How can you become more mentally disciplined? Do what you need to do to become a better person. So, Logan, thanks for jumping on live. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for coming on here and checking this out. So, remember, failure is inevitable. It's going to happen. Turn it on its side. Turn it on its head. Learn the lessons. Extract the lessons from those failures. And remember one thing that is critically important. One thing that is so direly important. I don't even know if that's a word, but is failure is an event. Failure is something that happens to you. It's not you personally. You are not a failure. The only way you're a failure is if you quit, you give up, and you give up on your dreams. I'm making a promise on here. I never will give up on my dreams. I don't care how much money I lose. I don't care how many times I stumble and fall. I don't care how many times I get punched in the mouth and get knocked down. I'm going to get up each and every time. I'm going to continue to fight. I'm going to continue to get better. I'm going to continue to grow. And I'm going to continue to manifest my destiny. Continue to become the person that God knows that I was meant to be, so that one day when I'm gone, if there's a heaven is meeting your future self and knowing that you fulfilled your potential. You became the fullest, most complete version of yourself. That's what I'm striving for. That's what I'm learning these life lessons for. The reason that you have to go through these lumps and these pains and these failures. All right, I think I've gone on long enough. I think you understand my point. Remember, don't sweat the little things. Failures are inevitable. You're going to get knocked down. Keep getting back up. I appreciate you. I believe in you. And I know that you can do anything you put your mind to. When you make a decision, a firm decision that you'll never go back on, you cannot lose. You cannot fail. So take care, everybody. I won't see you tomorrow because tomorrow's Independence Day.